Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co-author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Adam Corners. Adam is the founder of NetWorkWise and podcast host. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Adam Corners. Adam, welcome.
It's a pleasure, or more like an honor.
Thank you so much. Adam, let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to start NetWorkWise?
Great question. I saw a need. I saw a disconnect in the way that people were building relationships, or what people call networking. And I went on a mission to really wanted to go on a mission, or am on a mission to improve the way that people really understand what networking is, and they see, they look to play the long game and try to make networking synonymous with NetWorkWise. And that was why I also named the company NetWorkWise, because I'm trying to teach people how to do it properly.
Wonderful. And how much of the impact you have seen in so far?
That's actually an even better question. So for the people that have gone through, I have a program. It's for someone can become NetWorkWise certified. So essentially, it's a course that kind of walks them through, teaches them how to do things properly, and how to make this more of a mindset and a habit, because it's a learned skill set, but it might not necessarily be natural to some people, or most people, I should say. But for those that have gone through the program, that have become certified and have followed through on some of the strategies that I've implemented and kind of followed the roadmap that I've laid out for them, it's had massive impact. Like I started receiving unsolicited videos from people that were not just thanking me, but were sharing some of their experiences. So obviously it increased sales for people that were in sales. Those in the corporate world, they were getting more promotions because they were able to connect with other people within their organizations that were able to help them get their come up with more creative ideas, or they were able to get their ideas over the goal line and get recognized. But what was also happening is that people were getting dates. They were able to connect with other people on deeper levels. So some of those ancillary benefits that I knew were going to happen, but I didn't necessarily realize how quickly they could happen when this mindset shifted for those. So, and then also I was getting videos that just made people feel generally better about who they are and those that they did have deep relationships with.
Wonderful, Adam. You are not as good as you think. You are better.
Your check's in the mail, Siddique. Thank
you. Adam, based on your working at NetWorkWise and experience all the people who has gone through and see the impact, it's all about impact. What are the top 3 mistakes to avoid to create a long-lasting, successful relationships?
First is just not really understanding the power of the relationships. A lot of people take their relationships for granted. So what they do is they network for need. And that kind of goes against the grain of everything that I'm teaching. So when I tell people, they ask, well, what is networking? And I say, well, actually, let's don't just network, let's network wise. So to answer the question, what does it mean to network wise? That's to take a proactive approach to relationship development with the ultimate goal of benefiting another person. Okay, so understanding that, when people, again, getting back to networking for need, that's only reaching out and connecting with somebody when you need something. So Siddique, if every time that I reached out to you and it was only just for a need, I would be what you would consider a taker, or I would be someone that you would call an asshole. And every time you saw my phone, my name pop up on your phone, would you be more inclined or less inclined to take that call?
Less inclined.
Yeah, less inclined. So, so take it's most people that they network for need. They're not appreciating the value of their relationships. And then I guess the third thing is just really just not keeping up with the relationship, which they all kind of fall into the same category.
Okay, that's the one. I asked for 3. Don't be stingy, Adam.
Ah, that's awesome. Not giving, not giving to the network, which again, these still kind of all come together. But a lot of people, you need to provide value first, and if you're not providing value, then again, it comes back to take it. So, oh my God, I mean, I could really go on and on with a long soliloquy here. And then I guess the third one is don't keep score. So if for some reason, like Siddique, I do something nice for you, and then I do something nice again for you, and then when you reach out, don't keep score. Don't be thankful and be appreciative that you are in a position to be able to do something nice for somebody. Remember, giving is the gift, and you will actually feel better when you are in a position that you can give. So be thankful that you can give, and hopefully you're not going to need something, but you will. There'll be something that you need in life, and I don't care who you are. I don't care what mountain you're sitting on top of. There are things in life that we need, and a lot of people get things tied up with monetary or career related things, but there's so much more. You might have a kid that you're looking to help get an internship for, or maybe you've got a nephew or niece that is, trying to get into a certain college or is looking to learn about something, or, maybe you even just need a ride. You'd be surprised at, I don't want to get into specifics, but I had a neighbor who's he's an A-list celebrity that was stranded one time, that the people that he need, they just couldn't come through for him, and he called, and I was shocked at the call, but it just reminded me what I've been talking about, what I've been preaching. You never know. So my point is, giving is the gift. So that's my long answer. I'm sorry, Siddique.
Yeah, no, this is a good one, and I appreciate that. I'm learning so much from this, and people are watching this because everybody need one thing called right type of networking, so you can have a quality relationships. And the quality relationships, what I learned so far is come with the mind of giving, not from the mind of taker. Don't be a
100%.
taker.
Yeah.
So, Adam, I'm going to put you on a spot. So what's your greatest failure story in networking? What did you learn from that, and how did you recover from it?
Greatest failure of networking. I'm sure I've had a ton of them. I'm sure there are. Candidly, none are coming to mind. I've always been pretty proactive, or maybe my greatest failure has been not cutting bait on relationships, actually, because there are some people that inevitably are going to be getting back to those takers or assholes that I was referencing. And you do this enough, you're going to come at, just like driving. You drive enough times, you're eventually going to get a speeding ticket. So the same thing happens with your relationships. You have enough of the relationships, you're going to get some really, really great ones, and at the same time, you're going to get some really, really bad ones. So I don't know if there's a single one that I can point to, but there have been a bunch of people that I've extended myself for that have burned me, I guess, for lack of a better term.
What did you learn from that?
How it validated the importance of the relationships and trust, because trust is the holy grail. And what I try to teach people is that it's all about trust, and the more, and it's mutual, it's a symbiotic, relationship. So if they know you, they'll meet you. If they like you, they'll spend time with you. But if they trust you, they're going to hire you. They're going to buy from you. They're going to refer you, and the referring, that's social proof. That's the magic. So it really stressed and highlighted the importance of being able to put your name. You can't be too loose giving your name, and just refer anybody. And that's really important. Again, that becomes a reflection of you. I'm sure you've heard the saying, it could take 30 years to, where I'm going with that. I can see your smile on your face. So I hope that answers your question.
And how did you recover from it? all the burn of those
Oh, gotcha.
asshole list
Well,
being burned.
it's happened. So I'll tell you. I don't know if there was like again because I didn't cite a specific one, but I'll tell you what it prompted me to do. What having being burned over multiple times has prompted me to do is actually I actually created a tool to help do this for others. Is I created an annual audit. It's a friendship audit, and what you do is because there's only a matter of time that you can spend in this world. That time is the equalizer, right? Like that. I don't care. You can take my money. I'll earn more back. You can make fun of me. It's going to roll off my back. But time, we all share the exact same amount of time. And I don't care who you are, if you're President Biden. I don't care if you're Oprah Winfrey. You can't buy more time. So and again, the people that we spend our lives with is what's most important to us. So I created an annual audit, which essentially helps me to really clarify and quantify who are the people that I really should be spending my time with. And I recommend people do it twice a year. I actually sometimes do it a little more than that just because I am in the people business, but I will go through that. I will audit my list of connections and relationships. And there will be some people that I'll say, you know what? I really like Siddique. I want to spend a little more time with Siddique and get to know Siddique more. At the same time, there might be some other people that I need to really kind of trim from the relationship circle, from my spheres, and I need to be diligent about that. So the next time that asshole calls, that I don't take the call, or that I just subtly kind of weed them out of the life.
So as people say, your network is your net worth. So, and like a bank send you a bank statement every month. Do you want to do your net worth like a bank, like every month, like check
A
it
reconciliation? Yeah.
See,
Yeah. It's an audit. Yeah.
yeah, it's an audit, maybe a monthly one, because just like your net worth is going up or going down based on the relationships,
Your best return on your investment are your relationships, hands
Yeah.
down. Take it to the bank. I don't care what field you're in. There is, I mean, so I have, like, you announced me as having a podcast. I've got a podcast, and I've brought on some pretty impressive people like you've done. And the common theme amongst all these people is that their relationships are their keys to their success. At the bottom line, they attribute a cornerstone of their success to their relationships. There is nothing more valuable in your life. Nothing. Think about it. If you do something well, do you just keep it to yourself, or do you share it with somebody? You want to share it with somebody. Think about your phone. What started happening with smartphones? People started taking pictures. The pictures came onto the phone. Well, yeah, you want to take pictures of what you eat and everything, but it's really the people that you're around that people value on those phones. Think about it. If you were to lose your job right now, what would you do?
Yeah.
You'd contact your relationships. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. The people that they're in palliative care, people that were on their deathbeds, and they're in the two of the top three things that people regret most in life are all tied to their relationships. They wish they would have spent more time with friends and family. They would have done more things with their relationships.
Wonderful. So, Adam, let's just read this side and talk about success secrets of building a relationship. So, what are the top 3 success secrets to build long-lasting relationships?
Well, it's your mindset. You have to go in with the proper mind, like that networking mindset. That kind of givers gain mentality. And you've got to listen. You've got to listen to understand. Other people. You got to play the long game too. You can't expect some like immediate reactions. And, at the end of the day, Siddique, networking works. It may not work when you want it, where you want it, how you want it, but it works. And you just have to understand that philosophy of giving and building like sincere, true relationships, and the cream will rise to the top. I lead an extremely blessed life. I'm not a religious person. I am my IQ. I think I was telling you this earlier. I've got an average to below average IQ, but my life is I've accomplished a lot of things, whether it's starting many companies, selling the companies, getting involved in multiple different industries that most people with phenomenal pedigrees would have never been able to do. And I've been able to do it. And it all traces back to one thing. And those are these amazing relationships that have come into my life. I would have never been able to open some of these doors, get into some of these jobs, meet some of these people, had it not been for the time that I took to get to know other people and to try to benefit them. And even just the intent of trying to benefit them goes well. So I might not, Siddique, I might not be. You might have so many more things in your life, and I might not be able to benefit you. But if you know that I am sincere and I really want to help you, you're going to want me in your life. You just will. It's just, because you're, again, the people that get to the top, they appreciate that. So I know I've gone on some tangents.
Okay, that's a one success secret. So what's the number 2 and number 3? Give us 3.
Man. I've got to be a little more succinct in my answers because I'm kind of combining, lots of answers together. Okay. Say the question one more time, if you don't mind.
Top 3 success secrets to build long-lasting relationships.
Top 3. Okay. Nurture, like stay in touch with them. Don't let them drop off. There's proximity to power. So you need to be, proximate. You need to be around. And then also follow through on what you say you're going to do. The people drop off all the time, and the fortune is in the follow through. And what's really interesting is there is a massive sea of mediocrity out there. By you following through on what you say you're actually going to do will separate you real quick.
Yeah. They say money is in the follow-up. That's what says same thing. So how the growth hacking secrets community people are watching this now and can support you?
They can support me but first and foremost, I want them to support themselves. I want them to kind of think about themselves and think about, are you leveling up with your relationships? Can you honestly think about yourself that you've really taken that proactive approach to relationship development? If something was to happen to you right now, like some unfortunate thing happened, you got coronavirus, you lost your job, your business failed. I want you to think about who would be the first 5 people that you would call outside of your direct family. Who would those people be? And then I want you to think about when was the last time you contacted those people? So that's what I want you to do, to think about that and then to contact them, tell them how important they are. And then if you're interested in really learning how to take your relationships to another level, go to my website, which is NetWorkWise.com. All one word, NetWorkWise.com. I offer a plethora of tools, strategies, a lot of things for free. I've got the podcast on there. I really would hope that you would check it out and potentially sign up for some of our courses or learn how to become NetWorkWise certified.
Thank you, Adam. So you spelled it much better with a much better accent than mine. So I'm going to try it again. NetWorkWise.com, NetWorkWise.com. So we both spelled it. Now you are watching this. You have a zero excuse of not visiting the website and actually improving your own quality of life by having the right type of networking with the much higher quality people. Quality people will be only coming to you once you actually look.
That's awesome.
With the clarity of your mind, what you're really looking from your life and from the relationships. So thank you so much, Adam. We are about to wrap up. I like to have a quick word about being your today's guest experience on the show as a kind of testimonial. What would you say about your today's guest experience on the Growth Hacking Secret Show?
I'm sorry, say that one more time. What would I say
What would you say about your today's guest experience on a Growth Hacking Secret Show as being a guest?
First of all, I just like how you operate. This is such a great idea how you're doing this. It's been the whole experience has been good. I like how you've from soup to nuts, how you've done a good job, whether it was from the reach out to where we are today on how to kind of bookend the entire experience. So it was very tight. It was very efficient. And I just had a lot of fun. You've got a good disposition. You ask excellent questions, and I can tell that you're listening. And as a host myself, sometimes that can be very difficult because you know the certain questions that you want to ask. So it's hard to hear what the guest is saying because maybe you're taking notes. So to be able to regurgitate that back the way that you've done, shows me that you are a very good listener. And success leaves clues, Siddique. So that's one of the reasons of many that I'm sure you're so successful.
Thank you so much, Adam. I really appreciate the kind words. What would you say as a final word?
Get out there and network wise.
Get out there and network wise, and I second that one. Thank you so much, Adam, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.